Hi everybody, this is Boguest Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Marvel Legends Beta Ray Bill figure. So before we take a look at Bill, let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. So first up, he comes with the Build-A-Figure head of Hulk, or heads I should say. There's a smiling head sculpt and then a more standard one. And they don't look too bad. I don't think they look a whole lot like Mark Ruffalo, but they're still not too bad looking overall. Up next, he comes with Stormbreaker. And this looks really nice. It's cast in that gold color, and it has a slight marbleization and really slight texturing on the axe and the hammer here. It's very slight. And the only paint detail we get is to the strap down here. And real quick, I wanted to show a comparison of MCU Stormbreaker to the comic Stormbreaker. So yep, they definitely changed the design for the MCU. So you can fit this in his right hand. So sometimes the right hand does want to fall off. It has fallen off on me many times. And I'm not sure why, because this one is perfectly fine, but the right hand is kind of loose. As you can see, there is some gappage right there. I'm not sure why that is. If you slide this down, you really can't tell, but if it's up like that, you can see it. So now, let's go ahead and take a look at the head sculpt for Bill. So taking a look at this head sculpt, I think it looks fantastic. Hasbro did an amazing job sculpting it out. And they even did a wash of black, or actually I think it's brown, like a really dark brown. They did a wash of brown over all of his skin, and it looks really good. They also cast his helmet in this, or no, it's painted on. I thought it was cast in silver. The wings are cast in silver, actually. But they are different. This is cast in silver, and this silver is painted on. Even though this is cast in that color, I feel like they still should have painted this over it. But still, it looks pretty good. And then they sculpted all of his teeth really nicely. The paint on a couple of them aren't the greatest. But, you know, that's not bad. Usually it's way worse than just a couple places. And if you look once you open his mouth, because his mouth does have articulation, he has a painted on tongue, and even it has that black wash over it. I'm surprised there's any paint variation to that tongue there, but yeah, Hasbro gave us some paint variation there. Now, here's the place where the paint gets the weirdest. As you can see, it's printed on. It has that, like, pixelation to it. And right here, you can see where they just didn't print that on. And his skin tone is up over his armor right here, his chest armor. So that is very weird, because if you look, you can notice that. Like, it's not something that you can hide. It's very noticeable. Especially how they didn't get all of that printed on there. Which, this is actually painted on. So I'm not sure why they printed it on his neck. That's really weird. Just like the wash over his head here. It is also painted on, but this uses that printing tech. So yeah, not sure why they chose to do that. I feel like it would have looked better if they would have just painted it on like this. But he has some shoulder pads here that are cast in a dark gold color. And the cape is removable, which I will remove to show some of the details here. You just unport it from the shoulder pads here, and then it is also pegged on his back. So if you want to have Beta Ray Bill without his cape, you can. Which, to my knowledge, he hasn't had the cape off with this look, because this is his modern look. This isn't his classic look. But I'm still pretty sure he's never taken the cape off. He might have, but, you know, for the most part, you want to leave that on him. And on the inside, it has a really nice texturing to it. And I like the way it's sculpted, all the wrinkles in the cape and everything. It looks really nice. Would have been nice to see some paint variation in between those, but we don't get that. But like I said, it still looks pretty nice overall. And to put this back on there, you just pour it on each of the shoulder pads right there. Let's see. There. And then you just peg that in his back there. There. So now, that'll go on a lot better. I should have done that first. I should have peg that in there and then put these on. But looking at the arms, you do get that wash and it looks really nice. I'm not sure if these arms are new. I want to say they've been used before. These wristbands right here, these have been used for Odin's Son and Unworthy Thor. But the hands, oops. See, sometimes if you move this hand, it'll fall off. So let's plug that back in there. The hands are new because Beta Ray Bill's race, I want to say the Corbinites, I could be wrong about the name, but his people only have 4 fingers, so I know that the hand right here is brand new. And on the torso, you get some nice marbleization, some glittery marbleization there. It looks like a really dark silver mixed with a bluish type of plastic, but it looks really good. And then you get all the discs right here on his torso and lower torso here. And this is a brand new piece. I know his torso is a new piece, but the legs are the Hyperion legs, which we've seen used with numerous figures. This time they're just done in a plain black plastic. So from the hips down, he's completely reused. Like I said, I'm not sure about these arms. These might be Odinson's arms reused. But like I said, I know the hands are brand new. But yeah, that's about all to go over with this figure. I do like all the new pieces on this figure. Like, it actually took me a while. I was like, what are these legs from? But then I found out they were just the Hyperion legs. I don't know, they just look really different. Like the feet especially. I don't know why, they just look different to me on this figure. Maybe it's just because everything else is new. Yeah, that's why it looks that way to me, but I don't know. So now, let's go over his articulation. He has a ball-jointed head that can look back all the way. You will kind of have to move it like that. You will have to put a little bit of force into it. But he can look up all the way. He can look down all the way. He has a swivel jaw that can open all the way. Which, by the way, if you do that, you can see the neck there and the neck peg. Which, you know, it would have been nice if they could have figured out a way to not get that. But then again, I'm not really sure how they would have done that. So, you know, doesn't bother me that much. The shoulders, the right shoulder is a bit sticky. Like it wants to stick in place. And the left shoulder moves pretty good, you know. It can move up and down. It still has just a little bit of that stickiness to it, but this one is way worse. I'm afraid I am going to break it. He has swivel with the bicep. Again. Double jointed elbow. Swivel with the wrist. It looks white inside. I wonder if this one is. Hold on a second. Well, no, that is not white inside. That might be why it's popping off. Not really sure why it's white inside, though. Might have to try and look into that after this video. But, anyways, he has swivel at the wrist that can move side to side and up and down. This one isn't wanting to move. It can move up and down. So, yeah, I guess all of the right arm and even the right hand is pretty limited in the articulation there. But yeah, I'm definitely going to have to look into that because that's unusual. I haven't seen anyone with that area before. He has a ball-jointed diaphragm that can only move back slightly and down slightly. It can't move side to side just that much. I did try to force it in and felt like I was going to break it. So yeah, definitely do not do that. He has swivel at the waist, ball-jointed hips that can do a complete split. He can kick forward all the way. He can kick back all the way. Let's get his arm out of the way there because it's just, his hand's just dangling with that. He has swivel at the thigh, double jointed knee, swivel at the shin, and I knew that was going to happen. Swivel at the shin, swivel at the ankle that can move down all the way, up all the way, and an ankle rocker. So the articulation minus this right arm is pretty good. So let's try to get him holding Stormbreaker in both hands. Maybe that'll stop this hand from falling off. Okay, there. So now, let's do some size comparisons. Okay, so first up, here he is next to the original Toy Biz Beta Ray Bill. And this is his original look, his classic look. And this one is much taller. So yeah, this figure actually still holds up. I mean, I wish his arms could move down a little lower, but he's still a big figure. I'm surprised that he's taller than the new Hasbro one, because I thought the Hasbro one was big. But yeah, this Toy Biz one is taller. Here he is next to Unworthy Thor, the Comic-Con version, not Odin's son. And they look really awesome together. He was a major character in, was that comic called Unworthy Thor back in like 2016? I want to say it was actually called Unworthy Thor. But anyways, there they are next to each other. And finally, here he is next to Black Bolt. Because Beta Ray Bill was a major character in the Death of the Inhumans storyline. I think that came out last year. It was a really good read, and I didn't expect Beta Ray Bill to be such a big character in it. But yeah, there he is next to Black Bolt. So, overall, I would highly recommend this Beta Ray Bill figure. This is my favorite figure from the wave, from the Hulk wave, and I don't even have all the figures yet. But he is hands down my favorite figure from this wave. He is just very awesome. Mine has some quality control issues with the right arm there, but I feel like I could work on that and maybe fix that myself. But that's my only complaint with this figure. Other than that, this figure is fantastic. So that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.